Right now, I'm back in the M140i because over the last couple of days, I've noticed a slight rough idle and white smoke coming out the back of the exhaust. And I have a theory that the PCV has a crack in it because it's a common problem on the B58. Now, I know this car is approved used. So normally when you buy approved used from the dealership, so I bought this from Balfour Preston, they do a full check. But with the PCV, I'd be very surprised if they missed it when they did the check. But I'm going to pop the bonnet, check the PCV, and if it is faulty, I'm going to replace it. I did order the PCV repair kit in advance, so I've got that ready. If it isn't faulty, then I don't need to change it, but if it is, then I'll swap it out. It was only around £20 or so, so not too expensive, but let's go and see. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but my theory was correct. So look at that massive crack in the side wall of the PCV, which is what has probably been causing the rough idle. So if you've got a B58, definitely recommend checking it. It's very simple to do. You just need a pry bar tool and you just pry the cap off gently, and there's lots of videos on how to replace it. I didn't film how I replaced it because it was quite fiddly to do with one hand, but very simple, lots of tutorials on YouTube, go check it out. So that's done. Now hopefully when I start this car, the idle should be smooth again. Just as I suspected, it was the PCV causing the rough idle. The car is running perfectly now, smooth idle, but I'm very surprised that the car being approved used, BMW didn't pick that up. So I guess that goes to show that even though you're buying a car from a dealership, some things get missed, but it's lucky I picked it up when I did. It wouldn't have been an issue anyway because the car's got a 12-month warranty on it, so I could have just took it to the dealership to do, but for the sake of having to drop the car off and waiting for a replacement car, I just thought, you know what, for 20 quid, I'll replace it myself. But it seems to have fixed the problem, which means now I can start looking at potentially getting this car mapped. So I don't know if I'm going to go stage 1, stage 2, stage 2 plus, stage 3, or just go straight to like stage 2 plus and then take it from there, but we'll see. Maybe stage 1, do some handling mods and see from there. But I do have some cool parts coming for the car. I have been partnering with some pretty cool companies, so there is some parts coming for the car which I will be installing over the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. But also my parcel is due today, which is a new Batman style spoiler, because we are going for the whole Bruce Wayne Batman theme with this car, if you haven't realized already. The spoiler that's on is decent, but it kind of makes the car look like a shopping trolley from the back because it's got a gap where the brake light is. So this should completely change the rear end. Actually, it's going to make the roofline look lower because it's a genuine carbon fiber Batman style spoiler. So we'll get that put on. This is the new spoiler that I'm going to be putting on. Carbon fiber from Carbon Factory. Shout out to you guys for sending this out. But this should make the car look basically like Batman, and you'll see what I mean when I've installed it. But these give the illusion that it's Batman's helmet from the rear, which should look pretty cool, I think. At the moment, the spoiler that's on is very shopping trolley-esque. You could like hold it from there and take this car shopping, which I don't like, especially from that angle there. So let's get this new one on. So what I'm doing is I'm actually using a powerful hairdryer rather than a heat gun, just because on my old M140, when I used the heat gun, I managed to melt the brake light because of how hot it got. Whereas this, I found, is just the right amount of heat to take off the old tape underneath. So I've done one side, and thankfully it hasn't been bonded on with any glue, which means it should be pretty simple to get this side off. Just cleaned the last bit of residue off, and you know what? I'm kind of digging the stealth look without a spoiler. or maybe not. Spoiler installed. Fitment is around 95%. It's not perfect alignment, but it still looks good. So if you see from that angle, now can you see why I was saying it's a Batman spoiler? Because it looks like Batman's helmet from the corners. Now we're coordinated with carbon spoiler, carbon shark fin, and carbon mirrors. This is how the car's looking currently. I also just installed those eyelids. That is looking very aggressive compared to when I bought it first. Carbon mirrors, carbon shark fin, and now carbon spoiler to finish off the back end of the car, which from there looks insanely aggressive. I do need to change the wheels ASAP though, because right now it looks like my car skips leg day. So drop me a comment down below which wheels you think I should go for. But I think I'm gonna go for a little drive because I've got about 40 minutes until it's time to open my fast. Oh yeah, I also installed this 50th anniversary steering wheel emblem as well. Keeping this video rolling like I did with the last video, but right now I'm about to head to AJ Barber's to get a Eid trim. My Eid is on Wednesday, but I'm getting it done early because one, I'm growing my hair out anyway, and I just don't want to be involved with the whole madness on the day before Eid trying to get a trim. So I'm gonna go get myself tidied up a little bit. I'll probably go for like a taper fade, a very low taper fade, just because I'm gonna grow it out. Nice, smart, low taper fade because I am growing it out. Yeah, that was the video. I actually don't know what I'm doing next, so I might wrap up the video here. I'll catch you in the next one.